Hi, it's Jere Marie from Amber Marie and Company. My husband was a coach for many years, and after the game, I had to have something ready for the family to eat and any other straggling ball players that happened to come by. My go-to recipe was always game day chili. So I'm going to share my game day chili recipe with you today. But before I do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see some more of our outrageous who know what's going to happen videos. First thing, we've got to have an onion. So I usually peel my onion, but I don't cut off the end. I'm going to cut this little baby in half. This is my secret to keep me from crying. It's matches. I learned this a long time ago. I think there's a gas that comes out that makes you cry. But what you do is you just light a match and you pull it over here and you burn up all that gas or whatever the heck it is that makes you cry. Look, I'm not crying. I like my onion finely chopped. So I like to use like a rolling motion like this to keep going and roll and keep that onion chopped up finely. We're putting in one whole onion into our chili.
One full onion.
Notice I've been using this nice big thick cutting board, and a good quality knife is so important. I went for years with lousy knives, so I'm so thankful to have good knives now. I'm using my Smithy pan. I love this pan. I'm going to turn my gas on and get it started heating. This is a pan that we sell at the store. It is nonstick, polished cast iron, and it's fabulous. You would love this. I love cast iron, but this is a step up. I'm going to put in a couple of tablespoons of oil, and I'm going to heat up my onion. Run the oil around in the pan to get the pan totally coated. You don't need a lot of oil, just a little bit. And I'm going to test it and see if it's ready. Not quite hot enough yet. While the skillet's heating up, let me tell you a little bit about being a coach's wife. I started as the youngest girlfriend on the team and ended up as the oldest mom on the team. But anyway, I went to a lot of ball games. I sat through basketball, I sat through baseball, I sat through volleyball. I loved every minute of it. It was fun. When my husband played before we got married, he played after we got married, he played all through college, he played after college, and then the little ones started playing. So I've been to a lot of ball games. I enjoyed every single game I ever went to. I loved to watch my husband. I loved my kids. I loved getting to know the kids on the team. And it was just a fabulous time in my life. And I don't regret a single bleacher that I sat in. Now, it looks like our onions are about ready. The oil is ready, so I'm going to add some onions. Now, we're going to get these onions just cooked up a little bit. Put some more in here, cook them up. We're sauteing these onions. I'm using this great spatula that I love. Why do I love it? Because you can measure in it, you can scoop with it, look at that. You can scrape your pan with it, and watch how it sits on the counter. We sell these at Amber Marie and Company. There's nothing like the smell of onion. It smells up the whole house, but we're gonna make it better because we're gonna put some garlic in it. You can tell when your onions start to be translucent, that they're getting softened and they're getting done, and the flavor is blooming. Because I'm putting it in the crock pot and it's going to cook for a long time, I'm not going to worry about the onions being completely translucent. I just got them started. They're smelling great, and so I'm going to add my garlic now. I've got this great little garlic press that I use a lot, and we're going to add 3 cloves of garlic. So here we go with the first one. Oh boy, good stuff. These are big cloves. Oh, I wish you could smell this. We need smell-o-vision. Oh, there we go. There's 2 cloves of garlic. You don't need to cook your garlic very long. And 1 more clove. It's a littler one, because those were giant. There we go. 1 more clove of garlic. So this just pushes it out, and wait till you see. Then you take it and you push it like this, and it cleans it. I love that. Now here's another little hint from Jere. I've got chili powder, I've got cumin, I've got paprika, I've got coriander in here. You can see the amounts in the recipe. And I'm gonna put it in here. And this is called blooming your spices. So why do you wanna bloom your spices? Because it just adds another depth of flavor. You just put them in there with that onion and you just mix it up and you let them bloom. You just let them heat for a few minutes. They don't have to heat very long. Just enough that they blossom. I'm adding my onions and my spices and my garlic into my crock pot. Look at that smithy pan. There's nothing sticking to that baby. It's fabulous. This little spatula picks every bit up. Okay, next is our ground beef. This is 2 pounds of ground beef. I've ground a lot of ground beef in my life, and I just found that this is the easiest way to do it. I come up here and I start a pre-crumble. That's what I call this, pre-crumble. So I'm kind of using my fingers to break it up because I hate standing there chopping ground beef. I'm crumbling it all up. It's the pre-crumble. Well, after I pre-crumbled it, I'm going to use this handy dandy little tool that I love. It's a chopper. And you just go in here and you chop it, but it makes it easier because you've pre-crumbled and you're going to start and brown this until it's nice and brown. My hamburger meat's getting nice and brown. The smithy pan cooks it so evenly, I love it. And so I'm chopping it up a little bit more just because I don't like big old hunks of meat. My first secret ingredient is a teaspoon of sugar. Teaspoon of sugar here. There it goes. And then the ultimate secret ingredient is cocoa. Have you ever put cocoa in your chili? Leave me a comment and tell me if you have. I think it just adds a depth of flavor. So it's going to be 2 teaspoons. 1. I didn't put this in to blossom, to bloom it, because I don't think this needs blooming. I think it's the other ingredients. So, okay, now I've got sugar and cocoa. Let me know if you think that's a good combination for chili. Our hamburger meat is brown and it looks great. We're going to drain the grease off of it. I'm going to use my Mackenzie Child plate. I'm going to lay down a nice little paper towel and my Mackenzie Child colander, and then we're going to take this fabulous meat and dump it in here and drain all the fat out. So let's drain the meat. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. I'm trying to make sure that all the grease is out. I've drained it on my paper towel and I'm trying to just push out the last remaining pieces of grease. Now I'm adding my meat to my crock pot. Oh, there it goes. Look at the grease that came out. We don't want to eat that, do we? Like I said, I made this a lot for game days, and you never knew who was going to show up and eat because a lot of kids didn't have any place to go after the game, but so they'd come to our house, and it was always a good time. So I'm mixing up all of my great spices with my meat. I love to get that mixed in really good with my meat. Now for the wet ingredients. We're going to add 2 cans of Rotel tomatoes and green chilies. That's going to get a little kick. If you like a little bit milder chili, just cut back and only use 1 can of Rotel, or cut back to 1 tablespoon of chili powder. But we like it a little spicy at our house. Here's the 2nd can. Ooh, I love this. And then a big can of tomato sauce. Oh gosh, that's gonna be so good. I want some right now. I usually serve this with shredded cheese, Fritos, or cornbread. I like to make cornbread with it, and sour cream. It's just whatever topping you like. Some people love to add onions to theirs. The last thing I'm going to put in here is some beef broth. Now, this beef broth, it calls for 1/2 cup, my recipe, but it just depends. If you want your chili to be a little, not quite so thick, add a little more. A lot of times I add more. So here's my 1/2 cup, and then we're gonna mix it all up, and we'll watch the consistency while we cook it. It's supposed to cook about 6 hours, but sometimes it just doesn't make it that long because everybody's hungry. I don't know if you're a yes bean or a no bean chili, but I like to add beans, even though I'm from Texas and most Texans don't like beans in their chili. But I like to add the beans to my chili because it makes it go further and you can serve more people. I don't drain my beans, I just dump them in there. These are pinto beans. Some people like kidney, some people like black beans, but I like pinto beans. Finally, the last ingredient that I put in my chili is salt and pepper. I love fresh ground pepper and fresh ground salt. That's why I use my fina mill. I'm just grinding a little bit of salt, and then watch this. You come over here and you take it off, and you add your pepper. The fina mill is just great for adding pepper, adding any kind of spice. You can grind up nutmeg, cinnamon, anything you want. It's gonna be good. All our ingredients in. It's ready to close this little girl up and let her cook. I've got it on high because I don't have 6 hours today to cook. So when it's all done and ready to eat, my family likes to have Frito chili pie. They love it. So I always buy the scoops, and we have Fritos and chili and cheese and sour cream, and we just eat it fast. And now that I've got my chili cooking in my crock pot, I'm gonna relax and have some peach iced tea. My chili's cooking away. It's already fixed. We just have to eat it. Let me know what you think about it. It's a recipe that I've used for a long time. I've even won a couple of chili cook-offs with it. Let me know in the comments what you think about this chili. Because we're a lifestyle brand, we do all kinds of things, and we love to hear from you, and we hope that you will subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us some comments.